So let's talk about busy. So my name's Anise Kavanaugh, and I thought we would I do a lot of content on Instagram and out there in different social media platforms. And I thought today that instead of doing that, I thought we would start doing it over here. So you're catching me. My office is a little bit of a mess. I am doing some preparation for an upcoming session tomorrow. And one of the things that keeps coming up for me is this idea of busy and how much we get caught into what busy means and the habit that it becomes. So, again, Anise Kavanaugh, I'm the founder of the IEP method. You can subscribe to this channel. You get a lot more content on here in terms of what IEP is, which is our intentional energetic presence, in terms of really building stronger leadership and collaboration, and in terms of really taking care of yourself, using self-care as a leadership skill so you can lead more effectively. So one of the things that keeps coming up, and I think I've had probably about 4 different people say this to me today, is I'm so busy. I'm so busy. I don't have time for self-care. I don't have time to have a quick 5-minute phone conversation. I'm booked to the end of the day. I'm super exhausted, like whatever it might be. And I want to really start to encourage people to start to look at what the language of busy is doing for you, and also if it's something that is creating more of the impact that you want to have, or if it's just become a bad habit. So here's what I find. And in my blog, I actually write 10 reasons why people say they're busy and what to do about it. So we can put a link below this. But here's what I notice about busy. Busy is often a bad habit. It's kind of the cultural fine. How are you doing? Oh, I'm fine. How are you doing? Oh my God, I'm so busy. So it's often a bad habit. Another reason that we talk a lot about how busy we are is we're looking at it as a badge of honor, really using busy as a badge of honor, where it's like, okay, my busyness actually makes me really important. So an invitation is to start looking at your busyness. One, are you being conscious in it? Because if you're conscious in it, we really want to start moving you away from it and start to have you creating time that is more intentional so that you're not feeling so busy and overwhelmed. And 2, if it's just a bad habit or you're using it as a badge of honor, we really want to get underneath that and 1, break the habit, but 2, with your badge of honor, let's find you different badges of honor. So I don't know if you've noticed this, but if you start to talk about how busy you are, busy begets more busy. So I will notice that if, when I'm working with a group, someone starts to talk about how busy they are, then all of a sudden the next person's talking about how busy they are. And it almost becomes like this busy competition. To the point where if the leaders in the organization are talking about how busy they are all the time, it can almost be seen as a requirement in that organization to show that you have value. So what I want people to get is that being busy does not make you more valuable. It does not make you a better leader. It does not make you actually probably better at anything. It just makes you more busy and probably more overwhelmed and less present for the people around you. So, it's a different way of doing this content. So this literally is an experiment. So here's how I will often look at the language of busy for people is I want you to notice if talking about how busy you are is giving you more energy, and if it feels expansive, or if it's actually more contracting and exhausting you. I want you to notice when you're talking to somebody else and they start to talk about how busy they are, does that actually feel good to you? Or does it make you a little bit tired and you don't really want to hang out with them? So just awareness in this work is 70% of the battle. The other 30% is what you actually decide to do with it. So that is an invitation just to start looking at what is your relationship with busy. If you're finding that you're so busy, it is often a clue that your boundaries are out of whack, and you may not even know what your boundaries are. So busyness and overwhelm can often be an invitation to go, okay, hold on a second. How do I actually need to take care of myself here? What are my boundaries, and what boundaries do I actually need to put in place? So that's one thing. Another thing for busy is it can mean that you don't have the support that you need. So then you want to look at, well, what kind of support do I need to put in place so that I am making sure that I'm putting my energy into the right things and that I'm not burning myself out with my busyness. If your busyness is that badge of honor, again, we want to look back to what is it that you're trying to prove through your busyness. In my experience, busyness, again, it just makes us more busy. It makes the people around us more busy. The antidote to busyness is presence. Take a nice deep breath, really get present to what's happening in the moment, and then really get clear on what is your intention. So this is where the IEP work comes into play. So if I catch myself feeling overwhelmed or kind of exhausted or busy or in that realm where I'm just reacting to everything, if I can stop for a moment, take a nice deep breath, take a pause, and get clear on what is my intention right now? What is my intention right now? And that pause, by the way, often is going to come from your breath. When all is overwhelming, if you can just breathe and connect to your breath, connect into your body, that will give you that pause. And from there, you can check, what is my actual intention right now? What is it I want to create? What is the impact I want to have right now? What is it I want to be putting my attention and my focus on? So get clear on your intention. Then you want to check in with your energy. What is the energy I'm actually bringing to the table? How am I taking care of my energy so I'm not totally exhausted? What am I doing to nourish myself right now so that I don't feel so overwhelmed and busy? You want to really look at that. What is the energy that I am bringing in this moment? So if I am bringing the energetic name tag of busy, is that helping this conversation? Is that helping me have more impact with this person or this project? Or is it actually working against me? 99.9% of the time it's working against you. So that's your energy piece. And then presence is, how present am I actually to what's happening? How present am I to this moment? How present am I to myself? How present am I in my body? How present am I actually to my busyness? So those three things, if we're looking at your IEP, it's being intentional about your energetic presence and how you're actually showing up. So you can check in with busy there. And then it's getting really clear, what's my intention? What's my energy? What's my presence? What's my intention? What's my energy? What's my presence? If you can have the moment where you can check in with those three things, that will slow you down enough to really look at, okay, is being busy in this way serving me? Am I actually being my best self right now? Am I actually helping the team move forward? Am I actually being productive? Or is this multitasking actually creating more busyness and I'm not actually being productive, which that's usually what's happening. Things to start looking at with busy, and another additional antidotes and tactics that you can put in place. Start scheduling in time on your calendar for checking email, for having little mini conversations. Open office hours, I'm a really big fan of, for people who are like, well, I'm always being interrupted. You can always put on your calendar, hey team, here's, I've got open office hours on Friday from 12 to 2, calendar's wide open, come, and I've got, we can do quick 10-minute, 20-minute spots to just check in on stuff. You can always do that. You can also chunk time during the day where you know that a half an hour twice a day, you're going to dive into your email, you're going to get through as much of it as you can. You can really take an inventory of how you're spending your time and see, is the way you're spending your time the way that you want to be spending it? Is it the best use of you? When you do a busy inventory, what I find with clients is they will often find that a lot of stuff they're involved in, they do not need to be involved in. This includes meetings that they're in. This includes things that they're saying yes to that they should be saying no to. This includes things that they're saying yes to that are just by default because they don't want to lay it down, or it's just a bad habit and they're just used to saying yes. It just makes them more busy, and it's actually not adding value to the organization or to the project at hand. Other things you can do around busy is you can really notice your language around busy and how are you talking about it. So even saying I'm so busy, most often in my experience has a contracting effect. If I'm talking about how busy I am, that is usually energetically draining, and it is not that compelling for the person I'm talking to. So if I can shift my language and go, all right, well, busy, actually I'm very richly scheduled, or I'm on purpose, or I'm really on track with the work, the stuff that I'm most focused on. If I can change the languaging and the framing of how I'm using my time as opposed to just falling into busy, that one has a different impact energetically and from a language standpoint. But two, if I'm saying I'm richly scheduled, I'm on purpose, or I'm on the right track, and that feels incongruent in my body, that is going to give me signals that there's a way that I'm spending my time that actually I probably shouldn't be doing that stuff. And a good example of this is if I'm doing a bunch of stuff that I know is not a good use of me, and it's something the team should be doing or could be doing even better, but I keep getting involved in it, that's more busy. It's now draining my energy. I don't feel that great. I'm losing time and energy to actually do the stuff that I am really good at. And then my team is actually not getting to do what they're really good at. So it's just a mess all the way around. If I check in with myself and say, yeah, I'm really on track and I'm on purpose and I'm feeling really richly scheduled and well used, and it's because I'm, stapling papers or whatever it might be that is not what I should be spending my time on, if I say that, I'm going to feel an incongruency in the way I'm talking about it. And that's going to be a sign of, hey, niece, actually, let's really look at how you spend that time. Who could do that better? Who would want to do that better? And what would that free you up to actually do? So this is a very, very messy video. This is literally the first time I'm doing this on YouTube and going live. We'll keep doing these and we'll do them with a little bit more, hopefully a little bit more prowess. But I wanted to get on and kind of just break the myth of YouTube and doing these lives and just give you a little bit of content around busy. My understanding YouTube videos do best if they're 10 to 12 minutes long. So I've taken us to 10 to 12 minutes and we will see what happens with this. So thanks for being here. If you're interested in more information about the IEP work, this content, how I work with people, how you can get this content into your life, you can take a look at anisekavanagh.com, and you can also take a look at my books, Contagious Culture, Show Up, Set the Tone, and Intentionally Create an Organization That Thrives, which was published by McGraw-Hill in 2015. And you can look at Contagious You, which is Unlock Your Power to Influence, Lead, and Create the Impact You Want, which was also published by McGraw-Hill in 2019. So Contagious Culture, if you want to do team and organizational work, Contagious You, if you really want to dig into your own leadership and how you're showing up. All right, have a beautiful, beautiful day. Really take a beat before you start talking about how busy you are. Really evaluate your busy and what that means to you. Breathe, and let's get out there and create some more impact and feel good doing it. Okay, bye.